Welcome to Ladies Group Chat, where Bravo leaks, dating theories, and influencer chaos all collide. A reunion is leaking from every possible angle, influencers are turning bachelorettes into trade shows, and somehow dating now has a sales pipeline. Honestly, this whole lineup feels like three group chats crashing into each other. The Summer House reunion is already a mess before it even fully airs, because leaked audio keeps dribbling out online and the clips are exactly the kind of tiny toxic nuggets that send fans into FBI mode. You've got insults, cheating accusations, Sierra calling Amanda a snake in the grass, and everybody immediately trying to figure out who hit send. Bravo actually investigated, blamed at least one leak on a production staffer, and fired that person, which is bleak, but also tells you how seriously they take the reunion as an event. They even removed dressing room audio because apparently microphones were collecting way too much off-camera chaos, and still the leaks keep coming from different directions. And the weird truth is, little snippets are kind of perfect for ratings. They keep people obsessed without replacing the full reunion, especially when Andy Cohen has done so many reunions, he basically knows how to steer a televised disaster for a living. There's also a very real human layer here, with Wes Wilson dealing with a family tragedy right before the season 10 reunion, after his cousin Dakota Sweeney was arrested in the murder of Wes's grandmother Gail Wilson. That is the kind of thing that can absolutely change how somebody shows up on camera, and it also puts producers in a delicate spot about what they air and how they shape the story. A lot of people are hitting a wall with newer reality shows, especially the Netflix flavor, because everything feels reverse-engineered for clips. The conflict is too neat, the cast bios feel suspicious, and when people are allegedly experts with question mark credentials, the whole thing starts feeling like cosplay with ring lights. Bravo still knows how to let a train wreck breathe. That's part of the appeal. If it's going to be messy, at least let it be recognizably human. Influencer bachelorette trips are now basically brand activations with matching swimsuits, and the internet cannot decide whether to be jealous, annoyed, or both. One St. Bart's trip reportedly had an $85,000 private jet and a $50,000 villa stay, all sponsored by Swan Beauty and its AI makeup mirror. Another event turned into an acquired airfake 747 situation, which is so aggressively branded. It sounds made up, but here we are. I do get why people roll their eyes. A bachelorette is supposed to be your friends losing a charger in a rental house, not a luxury campaign deck. But if being an influencer is your job, then yes, a giant sponsored trip is still work. The real question is whether the person has always been that polished and commercial, or if they suddenly turned their life into a pop-up ad. The Swan Beauty mirror is actually kind of the cleanest example of where beauty tech is headed, because it gives real-time makeup tutorials through an AI-powered mirror. It's basically the long-promised Peloton for makeup, and it shows how fast AI products are sliding directly into influencer culture as the money behind the spectacle. Amy Chan's dating framework is very funny on first contact, because it sounds like CRM software for your love life, but it's also annoyingly logical. She lays out 5 stages: prospecting, discovery, evaluation, commitment, retention, and her whole point is that people keep blowing past the middle and acting shocked when the ending is chaos. If you skip discovery and evaluation and jump straight into fantasy, you're not dating, you're doing brand projection. She also pushes diversified lead generation, which is unromantic wording for a very smart idea. Don't put all your hope in one random app match. Jay Shetty's advice fits with that too. Don't date out of fear of being alone, don't confuse self-worth with compatibility, and pay attention to the gaps and gifts you got from your parents so you stop hiring your partner to heal your childhood. Useful practical stuff came up too. Pace the relationship, use checkpoint conversations across multiple dates, and if you know you fight badly under stress, agree on timing instead of forcing a disaster talk at midnight. Breadcrumbing got called out for what it is, which is emotionally stingy behavior dressed up as keeping options open. If somebody gives you just enough attention to keep you hooked, but never enough to build anything, that is not mystery, it is maintenance. Then there's over-filtered profile photos and over-icing, where you reject people over microscopic flaws because staying hyper-selective feels safer than actually connecting. There were also some simple experiments I kind of love. Date outside your usual type, make more eye contact, and remember that approachability is often quieter than people think. The pregnancy conversation had that very specific mix of practical and surreal, because the body changes are real and often weird. Shoe size, hair texture, cravings, aversions, the whole unpredictable science project. There was also talk about partners changing their habits too, like stopping alcohol or taking supplements, because early pregnancy health is not a solo assignment. And the parenting side got into something a lot of moms feel but don't always say out loud, which is the non-stop judgment around family size. For plenty of people, choosing one child is not some selfish lifestyle branding exercise. It's math, especially in an expensive city. The line I liked most was basically, say it once, follow through. That works for kids, students, and honestly, a shocking number of adults. Megan Thee Stallion, posting publicly after a breakup, sparked the bigger question of why women keep having to use social media as a receipt folder and emotional shield. The discussion around her accusations against Klay Thompson went straight at the culture that shrugs off athlete cheating like it's weather. People love to act like public heartbreak is messy, but private betrayal is somehow supposed to stay elegant. That's not a standard anyone actually lives by. There's also this growing numbness around celebrity news where even huge engagement rumors or album announcements can land with a weird little thud. Everything gets announced, teased, rumored, denied, and reposted so many times that by the time it's official, people feel like they already attended the wedding and heard the deluxe edition. That probably explains why the truly sticky celebrity currency now is just having that impossible to manufacture it factor. A few stray things absolutely deserve mention. Mahjong players are apparently getting wrecked by app recommendations and then forgetting how to think for themselves in real life, which is a very 2026 problem. Kevin Hart is deep into golf, wants to make it sexy, and honestly, if anyone can turn a hobby into a full retail ecosystem, it's Kevin Hart. And the personalized cameo fail, where someone paid for a sweet custom message and got a generic video with the name mispronounced, is the perfect warning label for outsourced intimacy. That's it for today's ladies group chat. If your bachelorette has a title sponsor or your situationship needs a 3-stage evaluation process, maybe take a breath. Talk soon. This episode was generated by Podkey. Create your own podkey.fm.